Toronto home prices are down 7% this February over last as the housing continues to tumble. It's the end of the world for everyone, except it's not. I saw this article here from Toronto Star, and I just wanted to kind of go through it. It's less about the article and more just how to read these articles. Obviously, we deal more kind of Barrie, Simcoe County area type deal. But a lot of the time, what you see happen in places like Toronto will be reflected in the smaller areas. But so Toronto area home prices continued to slip in February, marking year-over-year declines. Sure, according to Toronto Real Estate Board, which is TREB, the latest report released on Thursday. This is dated the 5th, so it's a couple days old now. The report, which analyzes all sales of the month, showed the average price of homes across the region was $1 million. Oh no, houses are falling. Our average sale price is still $1 million. I think Barrie, to be fair, is mid sevens. Maybe we might be at 8. But I think we're mid sevens, down about 7% from last February. TREB has reported that the year-over-year declines in the average selling price since February 25, said Chief Information Officer Jason Mercer. This kind of stuff I'm fine with. If you're just presenting stats, that's fine. We've been seeing prices trend lower, adding that one factor is the ongoing trade uncertainty with the US. Sure. This kind of thing, I feel like people are just tying, like, the uncertainty with the trade factor in the US, I feel like doesn't affect your average person day to day looking at homes. So it almost feels more like it's just a buzzword to get that in. So that way when people search things like that, they're going to see the article, helps with logistics and those numbers. So could be wrong on my end. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like they're adding it here more just for flavor. But if we see the market conditions tighten up and we get a bit of a floor, he added, then that could be another factor that sees people move into the marketplace. This is always, I'm cautious about any time I see an if, because there are a lot of people all over the place that will drop ifs and try and predict things, which is like, okay, sure. But I feel like people put a lot more weight on those statements than they should. You never really know, right? Like one thing could happen, but the unexpected result ends up happening because of that cause. So it's kind of, I never take too much stock in these like predictive statements. The fact that, yeah, if, we see a bit of a floor, then yeah, things are going to get better because stuff's going to stop falling, like obviously. So because they're more confident the prices are going to hold and potentially start trending upwards. Yeah. But then looking at the average selling price, so we're 1.8, they're talking about it being so low. It's like, well, yeah, if you're comparing it to the relatively gradual, so each valley is kind of like January, right? It's the slowest time of the year, which is why you're seeing an increase come February, except the outlier is February 22 when everything exploded. But yeah, in comparison, it's still higher than it was almost 10 years ago. Definitely higher than it was 10 years ago. This is what, March of 17? So you're still more than that. Houses are worth more than they have. Like they're in a solid spot is basically where I'm getting at. It makes it sound like it's doom and gloom. And yeah, when the world went to shit, houses were doing great and now they're not doing as great. But not doing as great should really just mean they're back to where they normally should be. And people are stuck in the delusion that this was normal. It wasn't. Get over it. So average prices were down from February 2025 for all home types, including detached homes. Well, that's the only one that most people will care about. 8.2%, semis, 5.8, townhouses, 7.2, condos, at least in Barrie, condos are a dumpster fire. If you're looking for something inexpensive to get into a condo. I'm sure the market will turn eventually on them, but right now it's been very low. Average price of detached home in Toronto sits at 1.57 million, down about 11%, whatever. During the real estate peak in February 22, the average price detached home. See, again, this, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Get over it. Like, for Pete's sakes. Condos in the 905, I don't care that much about condos. Like I said, as of right now, they're doing pretty poorly. Average prices increased slightly from last month. Yes, they increased. That's normally what we see this year. Typically a very slow period. That's because people aren't pricing their houses properly. We still had a decent number of sales. You should go check out Dad's video. He does a weekly video on the market in Barrie. But we're still seeing sales. If houses are priced properly, they're moving. Apparently it was the first increase in average monthly sale price since September 25. It's like, well, yeah, because you get into Christmas and holidays and that sort of thing, stuff kind of tapers down. And long story short, always make sure that you are not just blindly reading these articles. Double check, use your brain, right? Cross-reference things, double check with maybe a realtor that you know, because a lot of these articles are sensationalized and maybe just not 100% honest, I guess. They're honest in the stats they provide, but context behind the stats means a lot. And I feel like they're kind of just not great with that. Yeah, things aren't on fire. Who knew? Things are actually just kind of normal and people are stuck, right? Things are fine. Have a good one.